My husband, William, is allergic to seafood. Even the smell or the tiniest trace of it would give him a rash. When he told me this, he didn't even look at me. He sounded like he was giving orders to a maid.
Don't touch seafood. And if you do, don't even come close to me.
Here's the thing, I work at a seafood restaurant. I spend my shifts hunched over the kitchen sink, scrubbing grease off plates until my knuckles go white. I change my gloves twice, but the smell still clings to my skin like it's soaked right through. So many guests got seafood platters today. I'd be scrubbing my hands 100 times when I get home. Once, I came straight from work and didn't have time to shower before making William's dinner. He lost it. Threw his steak right on the floor.
Are you trying to kill me, Serena?
Tears welled up as I looked at the sauce splattered everywhere. William, I've washed my hands over and over. There's no smell. William winced and scratched at the back of his hand until a red patch appeared.
Next time I catch a hint of seafood on you, don't bother coming home.
From that day on, I scrubbed my hands raw in the kitchen before going home. Sometimes I used disinfectant until my skin peeled. Back home, I cooked and cleaned for him, but he never bothered to see. Should be fine, I told myself after I washed my hands for the 11th time. Before stepping out of the kitchen, I glanced through the serving window into the dining room, and I froze. William was sitting by the window. He wore a dark gray suit jacket, one shirt button undone. He looked relaxed, comfortable. Across from him sat his secretary, Wendy. Long hair, red lips, a delicate collarbone necklace. She had her chin propped on her hand, smiling at him. In that moment, I felt a strange sense of loss. On the table sat a large platter of butter shrimp, red shells piled on a small plate. The oily sauce glittered. The dish had just arrived. Steam was still rising. Then I watched William roll up his sleeves. He picked up a shrimp with his long, slender fingers, neatly twisted off the shrimp head, removed the vein, and placed the entire meat into Wendy's bowl.
Wendy took a bite and frowned slightly. William smiled. He picked up another shrimp, carefully peeled it, dipped it in the sauce, and held it to her lips.
Better?
Wendy opened her mouth, took the shrimp, and deliberately sucked William's finger in, gently.
Perfect. That's when I saw the back of his hand. A faint allergic reaction, just a tiny red patch. He didn't seem bothered at all. Still smiling, he continued peeling shrimp for Wendy with that shrimp juice-covered hand. My hand started to tremble. 3 years of marriage. 3 years of endless fights over seafood. I thought his allergy was life-threatening. But here he was, peeling shrimp with his own hands, feeding another woman one after another, smiling. He wasn't allergic to seafood. He was allergic to me. No matter how clean my hands were, no matter how much disinfectant I used, how many layers of skin I scrubbed off, in his world, I was the rash. I took a deep breath and walked over.
William, what a surprise.
William and Wendy looked up at the same time, shock written all over both their faces. William froze for 2 seconds. Then he was just being nice. I looked at her delicate, pretty face and suddenly remembered who she was, Wendy. Same school, 2 years ahead of me. She was famous back then, beautiful and brilliant. Then she went abroad to study and just disappeared. I remembered a photo of her that used to sit in William's study. Eventually, it vanished. Wendy, I know who you are. Didn't you go abroad? When did you get back? She gave a small, polite smile. I've been back for 2 months. I'm interning at William's company now. And really, we have you to thank for that, Serena. My internship stipend comes out of your household account. William mentioned you were always home anyway. Thank you for your support. My blood went cold. All those times he asked me to sign the bills, I never even read them. I just signed. Turned out, my money went straight to Wendy's paycheck.
You're using my money to mess around with my husband? How shameless can you be?
William instinctively shielded Wendy, stepping back and covering his nose and mouth. I froze, staring at this man I called husband, who looked at me like I was a monster. William stood up, looking down at me.
Serena, haven't you caused enough trouble? We'll talk about this at home. Stop embarrassing yourself here.
That's when William seemed to finally notice my work uniform.
And what are you wearing? You'd better have a good explanation.
I work here. William blinked. A complex expression crossed his face. Not pity, but shame. The corner of his mouth twicked downward, as if he'd swallowed a fly.
Work here? At a place like this? Serena, isn't this embarrassing?
Embarrassing. I looked at him and suddenly recalled 3 years ago. I remembered standing in my father's study as he slammed a stack of documents on the desk.
Serena, this William is short-sighted and ill-intentioned. If you marry him, you will regret it.
Dad, you don't know him.
I've been reading people for 40 years. I'm not wrong.
Then consider yourself without a daughter. My father went silent. The day I dragged my suitcase out of that house, no one came after me. I thought I was being brave, sacrificing everything for love. 3 years. I hadn't been home once. Now, standing here in this seafood restaurant, watching this man and his first love, I finally understood. My father was right. William thought I was just a housewife, wasting his money. He had no idea that the name Grimspace grew from a tiny studio into an industry contender only because of my father's connections, the Ryder family network. He didn't deserve to know. Wendy spoke up again, her voice dripping with fake concern. Serena, please don't be angry. There's really nothing going on between William and me. Why don't you go home first? I'll make he follows right after. So I should go home first and leave my husband with you so that you two have enough time together before you send him home to me? William sighed, like he was comforting a spoiled child.
All right, you go home first. I'll be there soon.
I cut him off, a slow smile spreading across my face. No need. I turned my phone screen towards them, showing the bank transaction record. Didn't you say you were only here because wanted to eat seafood? Well then, I looked towards the counter, raising my voice enough to quiet the entire restaurant.
Server, bring out 99 seafood platters.
I turned back to William. Since you seem to enjoy peeling shrimp for her, why don't you peel every single one of these for her? 99 seafood platters piled up on the table. The entire table disappeared under them. For the first time, I saw a truly spectacular expression on William's face. The 99 seafood platters covered the entire table. William's face cycled through purple and red before he slammed his fist on the table.
Serena, are you determined to make a scene?
I'm making a scene? You tell me you're allergic to seafood, but behind my back, you're peeling shrimp for another woman. I order these to satisfy you both, and that's making a scene? Serena, please don't be like this. William never meant to upset you. William pointed a finger, nearly jazzing my nose.
Serena, know your place! You're the one who threw yourself at me back then.
What did you say? I couldn't believe what I heard.
You're a housewife. Eating my food, spending my money? What right do you have to cause a scene? You're worthless.
Serena, please, let me apologize on William's behalf. Don't touch me.
Ouch!
Wendy stepped toward me. I barely sidestepped. I hardly moved at all, but she crumpled to the floor anyway, clutching her stomach and screaming like she'd been shoved.
My stomach! William, the baby! Our baby!
Wendy, are you okay? I'm taking you to the hospital right now.
William, what if we lose the baby? We've been trying for so long.
The baby. Those two words nailed me to the spot. Memories flooded back. 3 years of marriage. Every time I mentioned wanting a child, William refused. He said I smelled. He said I was dirty.
I'm at the critical stage of my career. I can't have a child. I put birth control pills on your vanity. Remember to take them.
Once, I secretly stopped taking pills. He threw the bottle on the floor.
Are you trying to trap me with a child, Serena? That's disgusting!
Disgusting. Yet he and Wendy had been trying for so long. William crouched to support Wendy. He looked up at me with pure disgust.
See what you've done? Get out of the way!
I didn't move. Instead, I raised my hand and slapped William hard across the face. William's head snapped to the side, a red mark blooming on his cheek. You deserve this. I turned and walked towards the exit.
Serena! Stop right there!
His enraged voice chased me. William, I hope I never see you again.
You'll be crawling back to me in 3 hours. What do you think you are without me? A house like you can't survive alone.
I didn't look back. I pushed through the door and walked into the night. After walking a distance, I leaned against a tree and pulled out my phone. I dialed a number I hadn't called in 3 years. It rang twice, then someone picked up. A tired, aged voice answered.
Hello?
Dad, it's me, Serena. Dad, I was wrong. I want to go home.
Dad is waiting for you.
William, you don't know that your biggest client is my father's close friend, that the $2 million investment you secured last month came from a company whose legal representative bears the name Ryder. Since you despise me so much, I'll show you exactly what's left when you don't have Serena. When the taxi pulled up to the Ryder mansion, I almost couldn't bring myself to look up. 3 years, the most opulent residence in LA, the place I had stormed out of without a backward glance. The car door opened from the outside. Carrie, the butler, eyes red-rimmed, her lips trembled several times before she could speak.
Miss Ryder?
Her voice was unchanged, but it sounded like a lifetime away. I stepped out and walked up the driveway in my heels. The front door was already open. The living room was empty. I thought my father would be waiting on the sofa, but he wasn't. Mr. Ryder is in his studio. I climbed the stairs, each step heavy. 3 years earlier, I had walked down these stairs. The study door was slightly ajar. I knocked twice. No answer. I pushed the door open. My father was sitting behind his desk, looking at a document. A desk lamp illuminated his white hair. He hadn't had this much white hair 3 years ago.
Dad.
He didn't look up, his voice calm.
You're back? Sit down.
I sat in the chair across from him, the same one I had sat in as a child.
A long silence. He put down the document and looked up at me. I expected him to yell, to tell me I deserved this, to say, "I told you so." I had mentally prepared my response. But he only said one thing.
You've lost weight.
My tears surged, unstoppable. In 3 years, William never once noticed I had lost weight. He never even really looked at me. He only cared about the seafood smell on my hands, the dishes I washed. "Dad, I'm sorry." I lowered my head, tears falling on my hands. My father didn't respond. He pushed the document on the desk towards me.
Take a look.
I wiped my eyes and looked down. It was a share of winding structure chart for Grimm Space. Notes indicated Harrington Development 15 for Skeef. Ryder family affiliated Vin Insure. The project leader for the family fund was listed as me. I looked up sharply at my father.
Did you really think I abandoned you?
My father picked up his coffee cup, blowing on the foam.
The night you left, I had people investigated William's company.
For 3 years?
For 3 years, every project you helped him secured, I was the one approving them behind the scenes.
He set down the cup.
Do you think Mr. Harrington from Harrington Development signed that contract just because you're pretty?
My lips trembled.
Grimm Space didn't survive because of William. It survived because of you, because of me. I just didn't expect him to blow it in less than 3 years.
A wave of bitter washed over me. When William called me worthless, he had no idea. "Dad, I want a divorce."
Then get one.
My father said it, his tone as casual as commenting on the weather.
But don't let him off easy.
He stood up and patted my shoulder.
First, get comfortable as vice-president of Ryder Group.
He smiled, the first smile I had seen from him in 3 years.
William is short-sighted. He won't even see his own downfall coming until it's already here.
I looked up into my father's eyes.
Starting tomorrow, I'll teach you. The young master of the Ryder family doesn't get bullied without fighting back.
I nodded, tears still wet on my face, but something inside me felt like it was growing back.
It's good to have you home.
My father turned to leave, then stopped at the door. The door closed. I sat alone in the study and finally let myself saw. The meeting was in the top floor conference room of Ryder Tower. When I arrived, my father was already seated at the head of the long table. A dozen middle-aged men in suits sat on either side. Their eyes followed me. Some recognized me, some didn't me. My father didn't introduce me. He just had me sit to his right. As I sat, whispers rippled through the room. The meeting covered projects, financing, land acquisitions, and planning. When I was Mrs. Grimm, William never let me participate in such things. He only asked me to sign where he pointed. Near the end, my father said it casually.
Serena will be in charge of the real estate division going forward.
Silence.
Mr. Ryder, Serena has been away from the industry for some time.
My father didn't answer. Everyone looked at me. I know I have a lot to learn. Give me a month. I'll deliver results. No one responded. One of the middle-aged men sneered. My father looked up at me then.
Not a month, 1 week.
My heart clenched. 1 week.
Do you know why I'm giving you a week?
I shook my head.
Because William doesn't have a week.
My father leaned back, looking out at the clouds.
He made over a dozen calls this morning. Every potential investor, no one answered. If he has any brains left, he should have figured out by now that it was you.
He won't guess it's me. He never even knew who I really was. My father glanced at me, a slight curve to his lips.
Then make him find out.
Just then a video call from William lit up my phone. Everyone's gaze turned to me. I coldly pressed answer. William's face appeared on the screen. He looked irritated, not worried.
Where the hell have you run off to? Haven't you been mad long enough? Time to come home. The house is a mess.
I felt amused. You're calling just to tell me to come home and clean the house?
What else would I call for?
My father glanced at the other shareholders and gestured for them to leave. They understood. They stood up, bowed respectfully towards me, and spoke with formal deference.
Miss Serena, we'll take our leave. We await your leadership of the real estate division meeting as our new president.
I nodded slightly. On the phone, William's voice exploded with shock.
What? President? Real estate meeting? Serena, what are you doing?
Unlock daily drama on Love Shots.